Okay, welcome back everybody. Day 5 now here in the north. We had to cut yesterday a little bit short because the rain came in and we missed out on a few of the nice areas around the Mývatn lake over there. So we ended up in Siglufjörður. I think I pronounced that one correctly. We're staying at a beautiful guest house called Sophia's House. We're going to put a link to the description for that one. And basically we're just going to keep looking around the town, head a little bit further out, and see what else is in store for us here in the northwest. So let's get to it. With about a quarter of the country left to cover on our journey back down south and back to Reykjavik, we decided to start our day off in Siglufjörður. As mentioned in the intro, we stayed at the extremely colourful Sophia's House, a 4-bedroom guest house which started its life back in 1914 as a fishing supply store. It's now been converted into an exceptionally cosy place to stay while still retaining much of its old-timey charm. There are plenty of comfy lounge areas to relax in, as well as a large kitchen which overlooks the local brewery. As mentioned in the intro, I will put a link to this place in the description below. Speaking of the brewery, this local family-run operation offers tours around their establishment and beer tasting every Friday and Saturday. Walking around Siglo, as the locals call it, will take you to some interesting relics from its fishing past, colourful houses, and even some unique vehicles. There is a beautiful monument in the centre of town commemorating all the fishermen from this place who were lost at sea. A poignant reminder to not underestimate the deadly northern seas. Down by the harbour you can find all types of old fishing vessels, as well as a great outlook over the town nestled at the foot of the mountains. After leaving Siglo, we had to make our next stop at another one of those vibrant orange lighthouses. This time, however, the wind was howling, so it was a little bit hard for the gimbal to function, so you're going to have to excuse some of the shaky footage here. It's windy as hell.
Windy as hell.
Yeah, incredible. Beautiful spot though. I would love to see it in the blue sky. Maybe next time. Down by the edge of the cliffs was some old farm equipment and a small shed containing a red rubber dinghy. Driving further along the ring road, we noticed what appeared to be a small abandoned shack overlooking a beautiful bay. But upon closer inspection, it was not abandoned, but was rather a luxurious rental cabin. It was not marked on any map I could find, so it may only be available for special occasions. So this is something I'm going to investigate more, and when I find out, I'll pop a link in the description for it. After this stop, we headed further inland along a route a local artist recommended to us. Driving deeper into this valley, we were greeted by stunning views of the cloud-capped mountains and bountiful rivers. This is also the location of the extremely high-end Deplar Farm, a luxury resort starting at a modest $10,000 for a simple 3-night stay. I'll pop a link into the description if you want to know more about this place. We left the valley and continued our westward journey until we came across a small horse farm with some foals out in a paddock. We of course had to stop and say hi to the curious little fellas. They were all super fluffy and ready for the winter up here. At this spot the rain eased off for a moment, allowing us to pull over and grab some nice footage of the road, the shoreline, and the waves rolling in from the north. It might actually be a half-decent surf break if you dare enter the cold waters up here.
Our final stop for the day was here at Grafarkirkja, Iceland's oldest turf church that's still in existence. Parts of this church date back to the 17th century, which is roughly around the same time it was built. Funnily enough, only a few decades after it was built, this church was in fact deconsecrated by the Danish king, and it was only back in 1953 when the local bishop reconsecrated the land and it became a holy place once more. It's unfortunately closed to the public for preservation purposes, but you are still free to wander around the circular church grounds and graveyard to pay your respects. Nestled on some beautiful farmlands, the views from this church are just something else. With the sun setting, we decided to call it a day on our journey and made our way to the town of Blönduós for the evening. On our final day here in the north, the weather still hadn't improved, but we decided to make the effort to visit the impressive canyon named Kolugljúfur. Hopefully that's pronounced correctly. Anyway, legends tell of a giantess named Kola that lived in this region, who apparently carved out this canyon with her bare hands. As we slowly made our way further south, we drove into the tiny town of Bifröst, stopping at the waterfall known as Glanni. There are a few marked hiking trails through the mossy lava fields here, which will bring you to some viewing platforms around the waterfall. There were loads of blueberry and crowberry bushes all throughout these trails. However, most of the berries were sadly rotting at this stage, so we couldn't grab a snack along the way. The river Norðurá that feeds this waterfall is absolutely teeming with fish, and if you're lucky, you can spot them jumping in and out of the waterfall. I think I'm going to have to come back here with a net in the near future. Now, for the Norse mythology fans out there, you might also know the word Bifröst to refer to the rainbow bridge that connects Midgard, which is Earth, to Asgard, which is the realm of the gods. And upon our departure from Bifröst, we were so graciously allowed by the gods to use their rainbow bridge on our journey back down south. Our final stop before finishing our incredible northern journey was in the town of Borganes. We were after a coffee and some food, and we managed to find a charming new age cafe/florist in the town. Lots of cool handicrafts for sale here, and of course don't forget to say hi to the cafe's little guard dog. We took a quick stroll around the local area, but we didn't find much to see or do down by the shore, so we called it for the day and drove back to Reykjavik. That's all from our fun-filled 3-part mini-series in northern Iceland. Let us know what you thought about it in the comments below. Are there any places you'd like me to check out further? Then please don't hesitate to get in touch via my website, vividiceland.is. I also run private glacier hiking tours on some of Iceland's most stunning glacial landmarks. But until I see you here, I'll see you in the next video.